Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, and hanging out with the nerdettes tonight. And we're going to be playing some 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, the Scarlet Sisterhood. This is session 21, so I think that means it's going to be all hookers and blackjack tonight. That's right. Or something else. We'll see. We'll see. Although with these guys, I wouldn't doubt it. It could happen.
Anything is possible.
They're like, absolutely not. We do not gamble.
Sure we don't.
Only if we're trying to wheedle information out of people.
Well, that's true. Hey, Vex, what's going on, girl?
Oh, Vex is watching. Awesome.
Hi, Vex.
Hi, Vex.
So, Megan, you want to do one of your awesome recaps so then the DM knows what happens last time?
Okay, so let me remember what happened last week. Okay, we're back in Gryphongaffe. I know. Gosh.
I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, please do, because I'm drawing a blank here.
So, having returned to Gryphongaffe, we discovered to some surprise that Agnetha's cousins and supposed fiance Meglin were in town. Meglin. And yeah, and then they were trying to get her to leave with them. And we have been coming to the conclusion that we need to get you two's memory back. And so we went to the Elven Library to talk to Sheena about it. And then Kenna had a vision about the hags.
Right, that was
they were beautiful elves that were once living in a beautiful land. And so Sheena suggested that we go visit the Elven Kingdom because they have longer memories for more information. And we also got, oh God, I can't remember his name. The half-orc fellow.
Harak.
Yes, Harak. Yes. And a certain barbarian talked to him. And then they went for a ride on Gryphonback, which was totally awesome.
I was swept off my feet by.
And also, we went and visited the Pixies.
That's right.
That one we played.
Yep.
Yep, that was cool.
And Janine had various religious experiences in between getting her family settled in town and convincing them to use fake names.
Oh, right, because we also went to the chapel, the temple place that's like non-denominational.
Exactly.
Just the way it should be. Yep, that pretty much covers it. Oh, and you forgot about the budding bromance.
Budding bromance.
Between Harak.
Oh, right. Harak and Megan.
And Meglin, yeah.
Meglin.
I couldn't resist.
Oh my God.
And then Agnetha warned him off.
Yeah. Come on, he's like a barbarian prince. Everybody likes him. Except for you. You broke his arm.
Okay, anytime that your boyfriend and your ex-boyfriend are having a conversation and it looks like they're getting along, it is bad news.
You just haven't known him long enough, really. Harak hasn't known him long enough. I can't even remember him and I still hate him, so he's got to be a douche. I mean, really.
Absolutely. So that's kind of where we left off. We left off with on Harak and Agnetha going on a date via Griffin. You know, he basically rented a Griffin. Probably cost him like 3 months worth of his wages.
That's funny.
And they went and had a picnic together. So we were at the next day, I guess, or that evening. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I know we're going to stick around for a little while because Deneen misses her loved ones a lot, and we miss our halfling loved ones. So we're probably going to chill around and maybe we can figure out some more stuff about, you know, the troglodytes, or maybe hang around town, see what we can find out. I know, Kenna, you probably have some other things that you were thinking about doing while we were here.
We are definitely in the process of planning for the next excursion, but that's going to involve like supplying, figuring out how we're going to get there, like making travel plans. So we've got meme time in the meantime.
Okay.
Sounds good. And then Deneen would point out, so when I first met you guys, you were after that Monarch guy.
Yes.
But he escaped, but we haven't heard a thing about him since then. So I guess you're not too worried about that right now. This is still more pressing.
Well,
I mean, we haven't heard anything
about that help, because if we haven't heard about him doing anything recently, that means he's not doing anything that's a big enough deal for us to have heard about. So the second we get wind of him, then yes, we are going directly there. But, I mean, we don't have anything to go off of here. We have no idea where he went or where he could be going.
Right.
Of course, we could still go back and investigate his manor place. I think we were supposed to do that before. But
this memory thing still seems pretty pressing. I'm just asking because it sounded like it would be a long time to get to the elves and back, but it does seem important. So,
well, what direction is this elven city in?
The elven city is to the north of Gryphongaffe.
Okay, so that little town where he was, where we met Deneen, is that on the way there at all?
Yeah, it could be if you go by way of boat.
Okay, well then we'll plan to take a boat and then we'll go investigate that on the way there.
Okay, so basically
pragmatic.
You can take a boat most of the journey, but then you'll have to disembark and then go across land. But it will cut down on some of your time, and it's also much easier and more relaxing to travel by boat.
Right. If we can find a boat big enough to fit the Vardo on them, we can also be like on the road in the mobile home, and it'll be all good.
If only we had like a barge or something.
Like, Kenna's kind of pushing for finding a boat big enough to put the Vardo on, because camping outside isn't fun.
I don't know if I can quite remember what happened to the barge that we used.
We sold it.
You guys sold it for spa money.
That's right. So we have the money from that then.
Well, I mean, no, we don't anymore because we spent it on like construction materials and like labor in the bathhouses.
We've already spent money on construction?
Yes. Like, we've been, that's been being taken care of. We've got the plans all out. Like, we got the paperwork that approved the thing in the first place, those documents. It's kind of just a matter of, like, actually getting her done.
Nice. So we could do something like that while we're here in town if we stay around. Anytime we're in Gryphongaffe, we can always just sort of work on that.
Yeah, talk to the people who are going to be, like, working on that and make sure that they've got, like, some direction, because we have to leave again.
We need to figure out a way to...
You guys marching around with hard hats and blueprints.
Yeah, we're going to look like the most irresponsible bathhouse owners ever.
with dirty limericks in our mosaics.
Yes. I'm so excited about that.
We have to make it like self-aware so that they know that nobody played a trick on us, that we're just sharing this joke with them. It'll work.
Yeah.
Or make them wonder, one or the other.
So during the time that Deneen is hanging out with her family, she's also going to be working on a little something for each of you. So when we get back together, she says, the experience that I had at the time got me thinking, and I had an idea. And she has a little, like, whittled piece of wood, almost like a wooden coin, for each of you. And she's carved into it the symbol of her god, El-Even. And she says, this is, how I can bless you guys periodically so that you can have more of an advantage? Well, when we're outside of combat, I can do sort of a one-time version of that. So if you're doing something important, like a feat of strength or trying to convince someone of something or anything like that, if you use this coin and signal me and I'm right there with you, then you can have a little bit of a divine advantage on that. And out of character, what this is if you want me to cast guidance on you, you can tell me to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So guidance gives you a D4 on an ability check. So just if that's something you want, let me know. The basic out of character idea is I don't want to be like constantly saying, would you like guidance with that? How about some guidance? What about guidance? So this way you can just call for it when you want it.
Okay. Like
but in character, she gives you these tokens and says, you know, if you want a little help, I can help you.
That's really cool.
I suspect out of character, Megan's going to have a token there for that.
Oh, yeah. That's probably a good idea.
I have lots of little crystals around. I should use one for that. That'd be fun.
Unfortunately, I don't have anything I can just pick up, so I'll have to do that next week.
Now, it says ability check. I don't know if a skill check counts as an ability check.
Yes.
Okay, that makes things easier then. All right.
So you guys can basically do all of that kind of, you know, visiting with the families. You know, you got the you know the plans for the bathhouse going on. All that stuff is happening in the background. So we don't have to necessarily go through all of that.
Right. Yes.
Right. And we planned for our trip to the Elven City.
Right.
Yes.
I definitely want to drop a note to Sheena that when we get back, I'm going to be asking her about like psionic things, just to put the earmark that I want to start the research for finding somebody that can help Stanley. Like just,
okay.
You know, if she happens to know anything about that, or if she could point me in the direction of someone who does, but I don't need to do that immediately. I want to like give her a heads up that this is a thing that we're going to be inquiring about.
Poor Stanley. We've got to help him someday.
Going over my notes and seeing if there's anything pressing that we need to do before we leave. And I'm not seeing anything.
Okay, so
other than I mean, we're leaving Meglin here under the watchful eye of Hirak, so
right. But how close is Hirak going to be watching him?
Well, we asked him to make sure that they don't hassle the halflings, so there's that at least.
Well, Agatha doesn't actually think her people is going to harass halflings either.
No, I don't see why they'd have a need to do that. I just also don't believe Meglin that he would come all this way just to get me to reclaim his honor. Or he doesn't need to reclaim his honor. He just wants me back. Yeah, right. So I don't trust him. Well, I don't like the fact that he's come all this way and he's like just sitting in my town like a predator, waiting.
His honor, his problem.
Well, and the fact that he describes it as wanting you back, the implication there being that you were his to start with, I have certain doubts about that.
I was never his fiance. He wanted me to be his fiance, and I basically told him, like, dude, I'm way better. Like, that will never happen. And then when he tried to force take me, that's when I broke his arm. So yeah, he's kind of an asshole. He's like a control freak, and he's passive aggressive, I would assume. So it's kind of weird that he's like hanging around town.
Passive aggressively.
We need to egg their tent at night.
But you don't remember that in character, right?
No, I do not. I wouldn't remember because I need to go get my money back.
Okay. So Deneen is basing her suspicion on the fact that you must have had a reason to break this guy's arm.
Right.
Because we know that much.
Yeah.
So Hirak, he does mention that his brother runs a barge that would be able to take you guys upstream.
Nice.
Cool. Good. That's definitely necessary.
But it says, don't get too weirded out. His barge, it's a little different.
Okay. I'm actually really curious about this now and more excited.
We've been on at least one a little different barge, so.
I was going to say,
this one should smell better at any rate.
Yeah.
Well, so, even if it didn't, we still have some of the.
So Parak is his brother.
Parak,
yes.
Okay.
Their parents weren't very creative. So you know when you head to the docks, it's not hard to figure out which which of the ships belongs to him. Because it's kind of like has the water kind of roiling and rumbling around it, and there is no oars, there's no mast.
What?
And then then there is the massive half orc that is kind of on the deck wandering around, calling out to different crewmen. It also has about half as many crew as you would expect on a ship this size. So Parak looks very much like Harak. He's equally as massive, probably even larger, but he's got an enormous belly. And the only thing he's wearing is a pair of trousers. No shirt, no shoes, tattoos all over him. And you hear his booming voice from coming across the docks as he orders people around. And he looks out and he sees you guys approaching with the Vardo, and he starts yelling out in greetings and slapping his huge belly.
He starts slapping his belly.
Stay back.
He does.
I have got 1,000 questions about how this thing works.
Deneen is looking into the water, kind of askance, trying to figure out if there's something alive under there.
This is really cool.
I wanted in a card game.
So do you know how it works?
Oh yeah. And he kind of like looks off to the side. It's magic. That's how it works.
Oh, he doesn't know how it works. That was out of character. But Ken is like, continuing to smile and trying not to let it show on her face that she is now like 20% less confident that they're going to make it to their destination.
It's good, my friends. Come on, come aboard.
You're sure about putting your Vardo on here, right, Kenna?
Yep. Committed to this now. Let's go.
Okay.
It's fine. We've even repelled a great mighty dragon turtle from this vessel before. No safer ship sails these channels.
Agnetha's just down for the ride. She likes to be on boats, so she's like, woo! And it's Harak's brother, so anything he does, she can just report to Harak anyways, so it's going to be fine.
Yeah. I'm like low-key be trying to get a look at the engine. Like, I'm not going to sneak down there or anything, but like if the opportunity presents itself, I will totally ask if I can see it, but like not in a really overt kind of way, just in a like I'm blindingly curious about this.
Oh, Kenna, are you okay with swimming, by the way, as a little halfling? Or are you more like Sam Gamgee?
I'm okay with swimming. Smiles like she means it.
I can't say I spent much time in the river back home for obvious reasons. I could probably doggy paddle in a pinch.
If you seem curious about the ship, Parak will offer you a tour.
Oh, yes. Deneen will make a big point about how impressed she is with the ship, and that's the reason she's so curious about it.
There you go.
As he is the master of this vessel, she would love to know more.
Kenna is legitimately
she's
curious
a beaut,
about how it works. Yes, this is so cool.
Come, and then he basically gives you the tour, and pretty much it's almost basically a flat, a flat rectangular surface. It's not even shaped like a boat should be shaped, and he's got the captain house, and then down below where they keep all the storage, they have all the storage. It does ride a little high in the water, which is really useful because they basically open like side doors, almost like barn doors, and let out these massive planks, like a ramp, so that you can actually drive your Vardo right into it.
Huh.
Awesome.
But do we see any indication of why this thing has roiling water around it? Like what's pushing it up?
You actually do not.
Huh.
You do see,
as long as it keeps doing that.
You probably definitely at certain points see runes carved into into the wood.
Ooh.
Yeah, like gonna at some point when there isn't anybody there watching what I'm doing, like write some of them down for later research.
Okay, you can absolutely do that. You get the feeling you could do it right in front of Parak, and you probably wouldn't care.
Okay, well, I mean, like, if that's the case, then I'll just go ahead and make my notes when he's standing there. Like,
the whole time he's just telling you gregarious stories that you're fairly sure, you're fairly certain none of that has really happened, or if it did happen, it did not happen that way.
That's the best kind of story sometimes.
And there's about a dozen men crewing the ship, so it's actually not really enough to actually crew the ship. But it appears like when you guys are ready to depart, he goes to. You're not even sure how it's kind of marked off because you don't see anything. But he goes out like 10 paces from the captain's cabin, and then he kind of looks around. And he waves his hand in front of him, and out of the wood forms this, like, it almost looks like a wooden globe, and it kind of like floats into the air on like a spout of water, and it seems to have water like kind of all around it, like one of those fancy sinks in a high class bathroom, and he just kind of waves his hands on it, almost like he's navigating a captain's wheel.
Whoa, it is magic?
Huh.
Yes, I told you it's magic.
Yeah, so he was being serious. Yeah, it's actually magic.
It has looked pretty magic with the runes and everything.
Oh, it is absolutely magic. This is awesome.
Something about elementals and water or something. I don't know. It works. That's all I care about.
Actually, really interested in that entire process, but for another time.
I have to hire half as many crewmen. It's perfect.
So there's going to be beer on this barge, I would assume, then.
What kind of beer? What kind of barge would this be without a beer?
Yes! Agnetha gets along with all the dudes because she's just been raised in a village with lots of brothers and cousins, so she's pretty comfortable with, like, just, hanging out. She's
for the most part, too, one of the things you realize is, like, even though there's like a dozen other crewmen, he doesn't really actually need them. Like, they're not actually really doing anything. Like, so since they've cast off the lines, and if you spend any time talking, go ahead.
So he doesn't need them to navigate, but he still might need them in case they get, like, boarded by pirates or something.
That's always a possibility as well. Security as well as he definitely needs someone to load and unload. He does not look like he's doing the loading and unloading himself.
This seems like a pretty cushy job then.
It is, and that's actually that's where I was going next. Is that you figure out how content the actual crew is, and that it is one of the easiest jobs that they had. And if you talk to them, they confide that they've actually worked with Parak for years. Before he had this vessel, and he had a regular ship, but he kept them on anyway.
Nice.
It's been good. So you guys sail up the river for about 3 days with pretty much just pretty boring. Like, there was one time that it seemed like river pirates were going to try and hassle you guys, but Parak's barge just blew right by them.
Nice.
It was just too fast. They couldn't keep up.
Like, makes faces off the back of the boat. Like, see you later, losers.
I didn't even have time to string my bow.
Yeah, when he sees you guys kind of getting ready for action, he's like, "Don't worry about it. They'll never catch us." That's the best part of this.
This is the fastest barge I've ever been on.
Yeah, like
Except
I said,
for that one time we went over a waterfall.
What?
It was a bad scene. Yeah, it didn't go well.
Oh my god, remind me to ask you about that later.
Doggy paddling, like I said.
Well, last in my experience, it is best not to sail over waterfalls.
Yep.
And then, this provokes a whole long story about sailing over waterfalls.
I listened to this story with rapt attention, like I'm trying to memorize it.
So personality-wise, like Parak is like the polar opposite of Harak. Where Harak is like the epitome of reserved and calm. You know, Parak is gregarious and loud and boisterous, but all around pretty much good-natured.
Nice.
I like him. He's cool.
So after 3 days, the River Viper kind of pulls up close to the bank, and he looks over at whoever happens to be around and gives a wink and a nod and says, "Watch this." And he does this thing with his hand on the globe, and the barge actually moves sideways. And you just know there's no way any other ship would be able to get this close to this edge of the river.
That was so cool.
It's like, yeah, it was. And then he whistles, and you hear the doors open beneath you guys, and you actually have to go back down through the ship to exit, unless you want to do some crazy parkour stuff.
Nah, I gotta get the Vardo. I mean, unless we're stopping to check out the Monarch's Manor first. I imagine that we talked that out.
We need the Vardo either way, because we're leaving the ship, so...
I mean, yeah, but it's not that far to get back to the town and where the manor was. That was, like, not days and days of travel. That was, like, a couple hours of travel. It would not involve camping out.
Well, maybe we can hit it on the way back.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Well...
Parak just has to know where to take the boat, that's all.
If he were going to come back and, like, scour the place after we left, he would have done it by now. We've been gone for ages, so a couple more days isn't going to hurt. So we'll hit it up on the way back. So, yes, take the Vardo off the vessel.
Okay, so you guys are on dry ground once again and heading out. The road isn't too far from actually where he drops you off, and that intentionally so. He knows that the road kind of winds in towards the water at this point, and you're able to quickly get back to the road, and another day's travel or so, you will find yourself in the Elven Kingdom of Carshapathion.
Carshapathion. I got that right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Monty is very excited about this.
Yeah.
Monty doesn't like being on boats and is probably glad to be back on dry land.
Probably, or you had to keep him from jumping in a couple times.
Oh, man. I don't know, are Mastiffs the kind of dogs that like to jump in the water?
Yeah, don't let him jump into the roiling water elementals. That might not go well.
Yeah, maybe blender. I don't know.
Oh,
so you guys
continuing on.
you guys get back onto the road, and you're heading back towards Carshapathion, where finally, since the pirates, you find the first thing that kind of breaks up your journey, and that is another wagon that's been is off to the side of the road, and it's actually been like smashed up against a tree. It's on its side.
We should stop and help them.
There's
I acknowledge it might be a trap, but
you don't see anybody, and there are no horses.
So maybe it was a while ago.
It's still worth checking out, I'd think. Sure. I mean, like, there could be something left in the wreckage, like... I'm just really curious. Like, and you can tell that she's, like, trying to come up with some valid excuse to stop and look at this wreckage on the side of the road because it's interesting.
You want me to sneak over there and take a look at it?
Please.
Be sneaky about it, just in case.
Just in case.
Okay. So Janine is gonna use a little bit of cover to hide herself and then slink over there.
Okay. Slink away.
I'm slinking. I am 20 stealth slinking over there.
That is quite stealthy.
Yes, one of the advantages of being a wood elf is that she can hide even when she's only lightly obscured. So she might as well just vanish. So she's going to ease her way over to this thing and then check it out.
Okay. So when you're looking, one of the things that you kind of notice are there's blood splatters on the wagon itself.
And
it looks like it was slammed up against the tree with a lot of force. And if you investigate the area, you can see that the ground was chopped up a lot by horse hooves.
And it was slammed up against the tree. Are there any like giant footprints or something?
Give me a wilderness check.
Nature or survival? Survival,
yeah. Wrong edition.
A 12.
A 12.
Yeah, she's not real nature oriented.
Yeah, you definitely find some things that could possibly be large footprints, or it could just be mangled from the horses.
It was something powerful anyway. So are there any arrows or just the blood all by itself?
There is the blood by itself, and after you inspect a little bit closer, you actually see 2 sets of handprints, and one of the sets is small.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it looks almost like a baby's handprint.
So she almost reaches out to touch that and then doesn't.
Yeah, as you reach out for it, from between the kind of like the splatter marks, a face comes out of the wood, and it's a baby's face, and it just kind of comes, comes drifting out of it.
Hello.
And then the baby wails and shoots out all the way, but trailing behind it is all like ethereal darkness and blackness.
Did we hear that?
Then it's like it's like a baby wailing.
Janine is blowing her cover at this point and yelping in surprise and terror and jumping back from this thing.
All right, give me initiative. Let's see who reacts the fastest.
Oh, that's funny. 5. Worst reaction time I can possibly have.
Would you get a 2?
Yes.
Yeah, the bane of halflings everywhere.
She didn't have a ghost of a chance.
Oh, that was so bad.
Oh, I love puns. I love them so
sorry.
much.
I guess that wasn't really in the spirit of the game.
Yeah. Can I give anti-inspiration?
You can if you want. You can my next awesome roll. You can make me re-roll it. It's worth it.
It's worth it. Nice. So it looks like Agnetha moves the fastest, reacts the fastest.
Aw, man. Janine's too surprised to react fast.
Yeah, you're probably startled by the little boy's face. It came screeching out.
So this is an actual child that we're saying is a human?
Well, from here, it is like a human baby face. And then trailing behind it is all like black shadow.
You might say Janine was rooted to the spot.
And then and then it's got little like baby hands, but they're kind of like it's all made of shadow and they're black. Except for you can still make out the red palm prints.
Yeah, it is some bad supernatural. No.
Yeah, this is very strange.
So what is Agnetha doing?
So we're just surprised that we see this face randomly. I guess.
Well, isn't it like lunging out?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's lunging.
It sounded like.
Yeah.
How big is it?
It is almost like it's the size probably about of a person. What all when it's all said and done, like the faces of a baby, and it's got the little hands, but like all this darkness and shadow is kind of like trailing behind it.
Agnetha would just kind of be like, whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. Like, try to, like, I'm not really going to pull my glaive out. It's like a child. According to what I think, since I've got my sisters behind me, I'm not going to try to just attack something, I don't think. I would try to stop it from kind of moving forward and freaking out or doing damage to itself or to anyone else.
So how do you plan on doing that?
Maybe I could grapple it in a way and, like, just try to stop it. Because I guess I don't really know what it is at this point, so I would just sort of want to protect my friends and like.
Okay, make a grapple check, an athletics check.
Okay. So that would be a 11.
All right, so it's easy to get a hold of this thing, sort of.
Okay.
But it's like trying to grab smoke.
So it's ethereal. It's not really mortal, I guess. It's not. Is it real? Like, is it actual tangible?
It seems real, and it's really cold where you touch it. And in response, it then begins. It goes to reach out to touch you back.
Okay.
A 17.
Yes.
So those little hands, those little tiny baby hands, reach and grabs the side of your face, and it just burns with so much cold. And that's when you can see into the thing's eyes, and you just see that it's mad with rage and fear. The eyes kind of glow a little bit. Deneen's close, and you can actually see the horror of this thing's visage reflecting off of Agnetha's blue eyes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I would just say, Deneen or Kenna, come help me with this. This is I don't know what's going on, but it seems very terrified.
And you take 18 points of damage and make a Constitution save. Oh yes, it hurts a lot. Like its little hands, it even passes through your face, and it just feels like ice ripping through your soul.
Okay. So yeah, Agnetha would just let out like a scream and just like let it go and just try to, get away from it, I guess.
What did you get on your Constitution saving throw?
Really? A 1?
Well, that's not going to do it. So you feel this thing chill you down to the bone. So you just take that. That's the amount of damage you take, and you just feel really bad. And you can actually just make a note that you're down 18 hit points on your maximum.
Oh, that's really bad.
So that's a little
good.
Not as bad.
What's that?
Right. I take half damage though, right?
Well, it's cold.
Are you raging as a reaction?
No. I only take half when I'm raging then, right?
Yeah, when you're raging, but you're not raging.
Okay, so yeah, she would just like, now that would suck. She's just got messed up by this little scary baby creature thing. Just got attacked by a savage baby.
So, Deneen, you're up. What are you doing?
So, Agnetha said that it was terrified, but it looks pretty terrifying to me.
Terrifying.
How about if we just get the hell out of here? Deneen is gonna, she's not strong enough to drag Agnetha away, but she will disengage and book it out of here. Like away from the wagon. She's hoping this thing is somehow tethered to the blood on the wagon. That's what she's hoping.
Agatha will be all right enough to move. She's just gonna be like shooken and just like, yeah, let's leave. This is insane. There's gonna be like shrunken heads everywhere. Something else that we don't want to find.
That's true. If you before my turn, did you want to move?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna sort of start backing away and just sort of warn you guys, don't go near that thing.
Okay, since you actually did not attack, I will allow you to do a disengage.
Perfect. Thank you.
And so as you do that, the baby's fingers just kind of like claw and drift through your face.
That is so creepy, Dave.
So yeah, as Agnetha gets away, Deneen is just booking it out of here, jumping over grass tufts. She is so gone from this immediate area.
The hags must have like birthed that thing. She starts running away. She's like, "Oh my god, that is so creepy."
Are they near here?
I don't know. I'm just saying. That's what it seems like. I thought it was like a scared little baby, and then it like just really hurt me.
They're getting the blame.
Yeah. They're just spawning.
So what is Kenna doing?
I cast tongues and start singing a lullaby.
What? Maybe that will help it not be so angry and volatile if you just sing to me.
Like, I am barding. I'm trying to soothe it. That's what I'm doing. I will roll performance if necessary. Or applicable at all.
Why don't you just go pick it up and start coddling, holding it too? Maybe that will help if you sing it while it's burning your face off.
It didn't go well when you grabbed it. There could be another one. There was more than one set of handprints over there. There were bigger handprints, and we don't know if there's like a bigger thing over there. How about no?
I got 26 on my perform check.
Ooh. Even Deneen feels more relaxed now, actually.
That is a really good perform check. And it begins kind of swaying and you know, moving towards you. It settled down somewhat.
It's moving over here?
Yeah, slowly.
Kenna, Deneen, throw the honey candy.
Kenna's afraid of a couple of things, and then other than that, she's like stupidly fearless. So
throw it at it.
Yeah. So I pull one of the honey candies out, and I say, and I try. I'm usually good with kids, but this one's a little scary. I can be like, hey, sweetie, I'm sorry we scared you. Do you want a piece of candy? And she holds it out nervously, and her hand's shaking.
Don't hand it to it. Throw it to it.
Candy, aggressive candy pelting.
Break it. Be happier.
So the face kind of seems to brighten up a little bit, and it reaches for the candy.
Okay.
And then reaches through the candy.
There you go. Honey candy works.
So
it can't grab the candy?
It reaches through the candy, but you can see that it was actually going for your hand. And you're able to pull your hand back before it grabs a hold.
Yeah, I would have been kind of expecting that. No touchy, honey. Touchy hurt.
Does this creature savage child thing have like sharp teeth and stuff?
No, it has a baby's face.
Does it have healthy ears?
Oh my god.
No, it's human.
Oh. Well, well then, since it couldn't really take it, I'm just gonna kind of give the candy a little toss to hopefully it'll go to the candy.
So it goes to the candy and it's trying to pick it up, and it's like getting frustrated.
How about I can't do anything with undead folks. I'm just a little bit of cleric.
Then it looks up after trying to pick up the candy for like the 5th time, and the frustration turns to anger as it glares at Deneen.
I gave it to you. It's right there.
And then
what do?
It like hisses. It hisses and it lurches in your direction.
No, that's not. No, I'm getting away from this thing. No.
Okay, someone go and check out the wreckage and see if you can find anything to give you an idea what happened here. I'm going to try and keep. Can I tell the gender of this baby? I don't want to say it.
Male. You think it's male?
Okay, I'm going to try and keep him busy.
So
like you can really tell from a baby face.
I know, right? Explain, like, the carriage was slammed into the tree at great force. There were some hoof prints here, but the horses are obviously gone. There's 2 sets of handprints. This baby child thing's bloody handprints and some bigger ones, like maybe from an adult. So if we go back over there, there might be another one, and I'd really rather not go over there at this point.
We need to find the grown-up.
Highly doubt.
You think this kid lost a parent?
Puts it to bed at night.
This child is wanting contact, and it's wanting affection, and if the parent was here, then that is what it needs.
I tried to hold it, and it attacked me, so I don't know if it needs love and affection.
Not from us, no.
Well, so you want me to go back over there and try to rustle up another ghost, is what you're asking me?
That is exactly what I'm asking.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Is it Agnetha the nature one?
What?
Agnetha, don't you have do you have survival?
Yes. What's your point?
Look at these tracks. Look at the tracks over there, Agnetha. See if you can figure out what's up with these tracks over there. And I'm like,
get the hell out of here. You guys are crazy. I'm finding savage attacking babies. You have no idea how cold and terrible. No, she's just like, whatever. So she goes over there and she does a search to see if she can find any sort of parent for the savage child.
With that, the child is now in front of, you're using a drum, right?
I'm singing.
You're just singing?
Yes.
So it seems to be swaying back and forth in front of you. And
good. I dance with it without touching it. Like, I'm going to keep moving out of its way, but I'm doing it in a rhythmic, like, this is fun kind of fashion. Like, trying to keep it upbeat and not angry.
And it's like bobbing around. It almost looks like it's looking at your, like, trying to look at your words.
I will draw my violin out and start, like, playing. And it's like a waltz. This is what's going on right now. Like, just waltzing with this undead baby.
So it is extremely fast. And it has no. It literally laps you up times, and
okay.
and it seems to be fascinated by the strings of the violin and the bow work on it, and it reaches out to touch the violin, and it is too fast for you to actually like keep away from it.
That's okay. If it's not trying to touch me, I'm not going to stop it.
Well, it reaches through the violin to what's on the other side of it.
Which is you.
And in case you're wondering, that's you.
Yeah? No, I got that much.
The waltz of death.
Oh my god. This stupid ghost baby sucks. AC 10 is probably not going to hit, right?
No, it won't.
Yeah, so it just barely misses brushing your cheek as it reaches through. So are you doing anything else?
It's trying to grab her face?
It did, through the violin.
It thinks you look tasty, Kenna.
I don't think that's what's going on here.
So why it's distracted, are either the two of you doing anything?
Well, Deneen is reluctantly checking this carriage to try and find more clues or a dolly or something, anything, and keeping an eye out to see if like a larger ghost is going to attack her.
Okay, so when when you look inside the carriage, you actually see a third set of handprints, or it's not so much a handprints, but it's like a flake, almost like someone's face got splattered against the inside of the carriage.
Yeah, and the last face print I saw turned into a ghost.
Well, no, it was just handprints. And so looking inside, you can actually see some claw or talon marks in the woodwork, and you can see where like the back doors were kind of like ripped off, and it almost looks like someone like slammed their hands through and then just pulled out, because these long deep furrows are on the inside, to either side of the wagon, which really speaks of something that's very large.
Yeah, that's really not good.
And you actually find the doors with the holes in them.
Doesn't tell me anything about how to deal with this baby, though. There's probably a giant monster around here. Yeah, that's great.
Agatha, what are you doing?
I was gonna say, can I use my what's it called? My ritual, my spirit walker, some kind of an animal, use some sort of beast sense to search the area instead of my own body?
You can, but that will take a minute.
Well,
if it's a ritual spell, doesn't it take 10 minutes?
I can't keep this up for 10 minutes.
I could be mistaken, but even if it's, a minute is 10 rounds. If it's 10 minutes, it's 100 rounds. So
definitely cannot keep this up for 10 minutes.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that long to do something like that.
I feel like we have a better chance against the monster than the ghost.
Maybe I should just do a survival check and see if I can find something, or maybe some kind of, I don't know, just see what I can find around the area that way with either survival or perception.
Yeah, you can make a survival check. So at this point, it really does seem like the baby is kind of playing with you, Kenna.
Good.
But it's probably not a game you really like.
Yeah.
It's like playing with a pterodactyl. Like a dinosaur.
It's when since my search just found me monster sign, can I, just in case this goes south, could I maybe bless us just on principle? It might help protect us a little.
You can absolutely do that.
Yeah.
So once again,
Danine's gonna clutch her wooden coin with the holy symbol on it and just. This doesn't look like it's going to go well, and I'm hoping it goes well, boss. So please help me make sure it goes well.
So unfortunately, this baby ghost is not a halfling, and as it goes to lunge for you once again, Kenna, you just kind of walks out of the way, making it seem easy and as if that's what you were planning on doing all along, and it seems to be like enjoying the game.
Mm-hmm.
Everything kind of stays the same until Deneen casts the Bless spell. And when you cast Bless, it takes its little hands and puts it over where the ears would be and lets out a wow. And then it looks, its whole body snaps into your direction. And begins shooting that way like an arrow. Agnetha, you're up, go.
I think I'm going to kill this baby. I don't know if I want to do lullabies. I'm going to start playing with my glaive pretty soon.
Well, it is your turn right now. You have to tell me what
I honestly think you might be right about that at this point. Like, that might make it pass on.
I was pretty pissed off about it hurting me like that, and I'm honestly just kind of pissed that we're, not... I don't know. I'm a little frustrated with, I feel like it's an evil creature, so I think we should definitely maybe get rid of it. But I'm also a little terrified to do that because I don't feel like this creature's alone.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, I don't know if killing it would be the best idea. Maybe, do we have any kind of can a net capture this creature or any kind of a rope? Can I lasso it by the neck or something and put it away somewhere and tie it up or something like that?
Well, it's reached through you. It's gone through a wooden wagon wall. It's reached through the candy, and it's also reached through the violin.
Okay, so it's reached through these things.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like smoke.
My glaive wouldn't do much good then, I'm imagining.
You don't know. You haven't tried.
I'm just going to go for the head then with my glaive. I'm going to try to just cut its head off. Its little baby face. I'm going to try to get rid of it. So it doesn't attack my friend. So
it's so fast. It's not like we can get away from it. So
a 20.
That actually, you connect with it.
Okay. I'm also going to take an action to just sort of get out of the way so it doesn't come after me after. So I'm going to sort of kind of run after it and go for the neck, and then I'm going to kind of, get away from it.
Okay. You can absolutely do that. You have enough movement. You can even attack twice if you wanted to and do that.
Okay.
You have reach, so you don't even have to get close enough. So you're on that 20. How much damage? Was that a natural 20?
Yes. No, it was. That was with my everything added up.
Okay.
So that would be a 12 to damage.
Okay. So it shrieks in what appears to be pain when you do that.
Okay.
And like this black wound opens up along its like smoky body and then kind of closes up a little.
Okay.
But it definitely seems like it did something and it did not like it. So are you going to take your second attack as well?
Yes. And can I do my Great Weapon Master with that on my second attack?
You can.
Okay.
You can use Reckless Attack too if you wanted to.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That was a natural
Just remember.
20.
Oh, good call.
So I'm going to screw up this little baby. I'm going to cut its little face.
Sorry, kid. We tried.
Be like, die, baby, die!
That's the mothering instinct. Agnetha's mothering instincts are kicking in. That's what's happening.
Hell yeah, that is not a baby, dude. I will kill it. Okay, so 13 to damage. And so that would be 23 to damage, right? Because I add 10.
Correct. Yep.
Awesome. Woohoo! Die, baby, die! That's so
you leap in and slam it with your glaive, a couple times, making these long, furrows down its body. It wails in pain as you do that, and then you leap away, and you get a good distance away, but it just shoots towards you like an arrow from a bow.
I can't just start running.
You can. You're just not quite that fast. It's faster.
Oh no!
It would appear. And I don't know if you can see what that number is.
Yeah, we can see it.
Oh, those ones and those twos, finally.
I'm going to just scream at my friends, run away! Oh my God.
I'm going to need more dice for this one.
Do your worst, baby fiend.
Baby fiend, huh? That's his new name. I like it,
Bad
baby
baby.
fiend. Someone's going in timeout.
Yep. I have a feeling it's going to be me, though, not the baby.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. This might hurt.
Thumb.
It could have been worse.
Okay, good.
33. And give me another Constitution saving throw.
Don't forget you can use the bless on the save.
Yeah, so you get an extra die 4.
19.
Okay, that is good. So that 33 does not come off of your maximum hit points.
Okay, so what do I do with that then? It's just like, what is it, like some kind of a frost damage or something?
It's life drain, and I'm sure once the battle's over, your collier can tell you all about that.
Oh gosh, so
if it's life drain, it's probably officially necrotic.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's necrotic.
Creepy baby.
So Deneen is
now.
now.
I gotta hurt it. At least that.
Deneen is gonna dive into the woods, hide, and shoot at this thing.
Okay,
and hopefully not shoot Agnetha.
That's way smart. Distance damage is way better than what I tried to do.
So she's got a 25 for stealth. And then good thing she did this, because now she has advantage. It's 24 to hit.
Okay.
Ooh.
For 24 piercing damage.
Heck yeah.
Look, I lost my pen. I just had my pen. How did I lose it? So that was 24?
Yeah. And as she shoots, she's just like, sorry, kid. We tried.
No more lullabies for you.
All right, so it shrieks in agony as your arrow pierces, where its ears would be, in one side, out the other, and then thunk into a tree off to the side.
Brutal.
So Kenna.
Last breath is a magical weapon, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, I'm gonna, it pains me to do this, but I'm gonna drop my violin. I can come back for it later, draw a last breath, and get in on this. Because I don't have time to stow it properly. It'd take way too long.
Cool. Are you sure you don't want to unstring it and put it all away and it's maybe polish it first?
This is the second natural one that I have rolled tonight, but okay, so if I natural one twice in a row, then it's just a natural one, right? I don't reroll it twice. The odds of that are stupid slim. Okay, so my first attack does not hit.
You don't want to attack
no way.
because you're so good.
It's violins, not violence.
Okay, that one was a natural 20.
There you go.
I don't know what my dice are doing tonight. So that's 27 total.
Yeah, absolutely hits. Or are you giving me damage? Seems a little high for Kenna.
No, that's not damage. But that's still only 6 piercing damage.
Okay. It actually opens up a silver-edged wound upon the baby. And it shrieks horribly at this. And
I know, I'm sorry,
to have gotten its attention.
Honestly,
you need to pass on.
You should have used some sort of holy prayer. We should have started praying or something around it, or done some sort of sacred holy thing. Does anyone have any of that?
We did.
That's what made it mad. I blessed you guys, and it freaked out.
Start talking about Jeebus and be like, "Oh my god!"
Agnetha's up.
Bad joke, okay? Oh. Lighten up. Let's see this.
Hey, I laughed. I'm not particularly religious.
Oh my gosh. Evil baby.
So, yeah, it's currently in your face, Agnetha.
It's in my face?
It's currently in your face, yes.
I'm going to run away. As fast as I can. I'm going to turn into a freaking eagle and fly, baby. Be like, later, suckers! Are there trees around?
There's trees.
Anything I can climb on top of? So it's not dying, even though Deneen basically speared it through its ears.
Well, yeah.
And you slashed it twice, and Kenna jabbed it, and it's clearly taking some kind of damage at least.
It's injured.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna just go for its little face and just try to stab it again, because that's all I can really do right now.
When in doubt, stab it in the face.
And I'm going to just do everything I can. I'm gonna do reckless attack.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's a 22 to attack.
Oh, it absolutely hits.
And then a 14 to damage.
Okay.
And I can use my little thing that Deneen gave me, what is it?
Well, you've got bless.
Bless?
You've got bless that you would use.
It's a D4?
Yeah, but it's to attack. Attack and
it's
attack and to saving throws.
Okay, so I'll use it on my second attack.
If you need it.
Oh, so that's like 20 something to attack. So definitely do well on my attack. And then a 10 to damage.
All right.
Yeah, the coin thing is really more for outside combat if you're going to be attempting something and you want to be a little better at it.
Got it. Okay.
So even though Agnetha has made herself a great target, it still turns.
Oh my god.
Kenna.
Isaac. Oh my gosh, it's so creepy. I can't believe it's not
17.
Hits my AC exactly.
Okay, perfect. So 17 points of damage. And give me a Constitution saving throw. And it hisses at you bad, mommy.
I'm gonna use the blessing die. So that would be 15 total.
Okay, you're okay. The 14 was the DC. So that brings us to Deneen.
Lather, rinse, repeat. I'm hiding in the woods and shooting. So that's 24 to hide, 26 to hit for 32 damage. So this arrow comes whistling out of the woods, right past Kenna into this thing, hopefully.
Oh, it absolutely does. All right. And its form seems to waver and shimmer as if it's barely holding on. You're there. It's up to you now, Kenna.
All right. Let's do this. Make this ghost baby pass on. Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Yeah, seriously. Let's release it. Poor thing.
That's 5 on the first attack.
So with the first attack, you actually lop off its head, and its little baby face kind of like, floats to the ground, and it, in this like sphere of shadow, and then kind of rolls away, and like the eyes are looking up at you as it does, and then it kind of just like all turns into some kind of wet, gooey, slimy substance and just splashes onto the ground.
For the sake of my own sanity, I'm going to assume that made it pass on. I say this out loud in character.
So Deneen peers out from behind the tree she's hiding behind. She's like, did it stop?
Yeah, it's gone.
Should we do some sort of... I kind of feel like this was a child that, there's something in this area, I think, that has corrupted it or done something. Maybe we can, kind of bless it or kind of do a burial or some kind of little shrine for that baby that once was, since this thing is obviously, it was almost like it was just, its soul was being kept alive by some evil. We can sort of banish that in a way.
Yeah. Is there a body in the carriage? Like, did I notice one?
You did not.
Well, let's at least go to the weird blackened spot where it seems to have finally expired, and we can give it a little funeral pyre. How about that?
Good on you.
So Deneen's going to take one of her flasks of oil and pour it all over that spot, and she doesn't know how to do a funeral rite, but she'll be just like, kid, we're really sorry. Terrible things happened to you, and I'm sure you just didn't understand. But
actually, words start to come to Deneen.
Really? Oh, well, then she will say those words, and as she's stumbling over it, suddenly she gets a lot smoother, and she speaks of how now you'll be able to find peace, and those who have passed before you will be there for you. And she pours the last of this oil and then uses her tinderbox to get like a little spark. And then she'll use thaumaturgy to turn that into like a campfire, basically, like whoosh.
So it burns with like silver light.
Cool.
It's just slightly longer than the oil should have burned for, and then goes out.
And then she looks over at the two arrows that she fired through this ghost, and she's not collecting those to take with her. Just in case.
Yeah. Cursed items. Cursed items. You want to touch them.
Yeah.
Hey, so now we're terrified that there's something really strange going on in this area.
Yeah, there's some kind of giant, powerful monster that can slam carriages into trees and rip the doors open with giant claws. So, And then I look back toward the Vardo and I say, how about we keep going?
Yeah, if there's something like that going on here, what are the odds that Karshapathan doesn't already know about it?
Well, we can certainly tell them.
Yeah, I mean, like, and if they do, then we can find out more about it. So let's just go on ahead and see what we can dredge up.
Sounds good to me.
And if the answer is nothing, then maybe it becomes somebody else's problem. Curiosity sated. Let's go.
Well, in a world of magic, there are also dark things about, and you can't always do things about that either. So let's not dive in, shall we?
We tried. That's all we can do. We can try.
That's right.
And it didn't go well, so it's not always going to go well.
Attacked by an evil baby, you know. Casual counter. Oh, God.
Never know what you're going to get. So you guys decide to move on, and it takes you the next day or so to make it to the gates of Karshapathan. You see the elven city before you in brilliant emerald greens and sky blues. There's flying buttresses and towers, and the whole city just looks like it was grown, from the earth and the forest and the trees. And in places it just seems like the trees move out of the way for the buildings, as everything is kind of like in harmony. It's like the complete opposite of Rylor, and everything smells clean and fresh, and the air is crisp.
Deneen is totally starry-eyed at all this elf stuff. It's like real elf stuff, real elves. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. Look, it's like, oh, it's all graceful and tall. And, oh my gosh. And elves, and oh, it's so magical. And oh, elves are magical, aren't they? They're supposed to be magical. Okay, and so she starts using thaumaturgy to like change her eye color to like random shades. And she's just like this, right? That's how it is. Hi. Oh, and she takes out her comb and she like puts a whole bunch of braids in her hair because elves braid their hair, right? So yeah, it's like all braids now. She's totally fangirling at this point.
So
I'm gonna blend right in.
The road, and it's probably like a half a day's ride out before you actually get to the city itself, to the gates. But even the road is better kept. The closer you get to the city, everything seems to be meticulously cared for. And at the gates, there's two elves with halberds, standing to either side. There isn't really much foot traffic to speak of, and when you come up to the gate, they kind of they cross their halberds in front of you, and Hal, who goes there in Elven?
Deneen, am I still all short-haired and different ruddy-colored skin and stuff? Am I like all?
That was days ago, and I just used the comb on myself. So no, you look like yourself.
I question whether or not it's a good idea to let Deneen answer them in Elven. But I am a halfling, and they're probably not going to listen to me.
I'm a half elf. I speak Elvish, so it's my problem.
Let's let Agnetha talk to the guards.
Deneen's gonna try it anyway because
she's gonna like grab your arm and be shaking her head like, "Please don't do this."
I'm gonna be like, "Go ahead, Deneen."
Deneen starts to say, "I happen to be an elf, and
oh my God.
I would like to visit your city to research." Oh wait, I'm supposed to be saying this in Elven, which means she's not nearly that smooth. And she's like, "Deneen, an elf, your
come to what place?
building town. Come to."
So and these elves look
with
different
friends.
than you? Because these are high elves.
Oh, the snooty ones.
The snooty ones.
So is Agnetha.
Deneen has met enough snooty ones, but still, she's an elf. It's legit. She's gonna go for it.
Is a high half elf. There's a difference.
I'm a half elf, not a high elf, but I at least know enough.
You are a high elf.
You're a high elf.
It's a pipeweed joke.
Half elf.
Yes, there you go.
That's funny. Okay. Well, if you completely slaughter that, I'll be right behind you to help you sort of talk.
And she's like giddy.
Make a insight check.
Yeah, they're gonna think you're adorable. Deneen. No worries.
Can I have disadvantage on this because I don't know anything about elves?
Sure.
Asking for disadvantage.
Okay.
I love
I
you.
get a 12, which is still higher than average.
It is still higher, so you can take advantage for your disadvantage. I mean, not advantage, inspiration.
That was.
So, but Kenna, give me an insight check. You speak Elven too, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Agatha.
22.
Oh yeah, Agatha, do you speak Elven as well?
Yes.
So give me an insight check as well.
Is it just a D20? Do I add anything to it?
It'd be I believe your wisdom.
So that would be a 10 that I rolled. Yep, 10.
A 10? Okay. So you two are kind of oblivious, but you see one of them kind of like do a sidelong glance and talk out the side of his mouth really fast in Elven. And when Deneen says she's an elf, he totally says barely.
She completely misses that.
She's just smiling. She's like, yeah.
Absolutely.
So you said your business in the city is you're seeking you're seeking knowledge?
Yes, we're researching. We're searching. We're book searching.
I'm gonna pipe in here. We have information on something that might have happened some ways south of here. There are some hags that we believe were once elves, and we've got a little bit of information on them and would like to acquire more.
So they kind of bristle a little bit at the insinuation that these hags might have once been elves. But I suppose you may pass through Karshapathan's gates, and then they begin before they let you in there. They give you a litany of rules to follow, like when you go to the park and you're like, no, 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 no.
As long as they don't say no dogs, I'm good.
And absolutely no, they do not say no dogs.
Speaking of which, where is your dog?
He's right here in the Bardo.
Oh, good.
I left him watching the Bardo when we left the Bardo. Do you think I'm going to leave my home unprotected? I don't think so.
Okay. So this litany of rules, Deneen probably doesn't catch even half of the words, but she just nods along enthusiastically.
It's okay. Ken was paying attention.
You're cute. You'll get away with it. I'll just guide you like you're... No, I'm just joking. I won't do that. Oh my gosh.
Well, ladies, enjoy your stay at Karshapathan.
Ooh.
Many thanks.
Well, yes. And thanks.
Okay.
So you guys don't actually know where you're going.
No. We're here. It's like going to Vegas.
Is there a tourism center or something?
Yeah.
There is not. But actually, as you get in, within the walls, you don't go far before you encounter your first elven tavern.
Our first what?
Elven tavern.
Now watch, this place is going to be the opposite of fun.
I love elven wine. I want lots of it.
They're going to cut you off and they're going to be all snooty. All right, let's go. Let's go in. I cannot wait to see this happen.
Hey, I've got a great constitution, okay? I can definitely...
Yeah, I know, but these are high elves.
So I'm going to ask for the best quality sake that they can offer me.
So the name of it is the Song Tree.
Of course it is.
Deneen is so busy rubbernecking that she almost walks into the doorframe.
So as you get inside, you can see that the staff is all wood elves.
Ah, good. So I'll go. I should something. I come from wood elves. It's wood elves and.
And then.
Oh, so you're half wood elf, and
yes.
not half high elf. Ah, okay.
Wood elf, yeah.
It was a pipeweed joke.
Yes.
There's a pipe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Comic Book University. Act like an elf, drink like a dwarf.
Nice.
So, Kenna, you have observation?
Yes.
So you do notice someone kind of like, drifting from table to table. And, this person is a high elf. And he's dressed in, kind of a posh outfit. And it looks like, you're just, without even knowing, you're just guessing that he's up to date on the high elf fashion trends. And he seems to be like checking with the different patrons to see if they're enjoying themselves, and basically doing the manager thing.
Cool. Well, the manager doesn't seem like he would be the best person to ask where the library is. That would be like more in-house establishment information. I think he'd probably be insulted if we walked up and asked for directions. But I do point him out to the other two.
So Deneen looks over and she goes, "Ooh, another one."
I'm gonna look at Deneen and be like, "Deneen, what would you like? You just let me do the talking here if you get nervous, okay? But if you want
nervous, why would I be nervous? I should feel totally at home here. I'm gonna totally blend in.
Can I subtly cast tongues on her without her knowing?
I'll allow that.
There you go.
Oh wow. All right, so now Deneen can actually speak Elven. It's amazing. Yeah,
you actually feel like being in Carshapathan has really gotten you in touch with your Elven roots.
Yeah, I'm in touch with my heritage. I never even knew my parents, and yet it's like I'm at home. It's amazing. I mean, it's not like a normal city, but it's amazing. So, oh my gosh.
So
we're trying to find out where the library is?
Yes. That elf that's walking around, he kind of gives you guys like a sidelong glance and then pretends to not really see you.
That means we have to talk to him.
And at that time, one of the servers comes up to you and kind of gives you guys a slight bow and introduces himself as Gabriel. And can I get the ladies something to drink, some wine, some food? There's an open table over here if you like.
Oh, yay, please. Food! Lots of food!
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we've been on the road for a bit.
That would be lovely and very Elven, thank you.
And when he addresses you guys in common. Kind of like does a quick look over the three of you and then addresses you in common.
Yeah, just gonna straight up.
What's that?
Go ahead. I didn't realize you were finished.
When you address him back, in Elven, then he switches back to Elven and says, "Right this way."
Absolutely. And then as he turns to lead us to the table, I look at Kenna and Agnath and I'm like, super happy because this is going so smoothly.
Just, smiles back. And we've all got the places that we're comfortable.
Agnetha's gonna act super cool and normal, even though she's super excited. She's just sort of quietly reserved, stoked. She's like, ha, 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 ha.
So he kind of goes through the list of things, and he's he names like a couple wines, and then he throws in a couple ales, and then he goes back to the wine. So he's kind of really nonchalant, yeah, we actually do have, not just wine here.
All right.
And then he goes over some of the the menu stuff.
I am going to order something that is cultured but not too expensive, just to set the precedent that I kind of know what I'm talking about.
So
I know a lot of wines, shouldn't I? Since I know I come from lots of the Wood Elf culture, would I know quite a bit about the wine and the ale and stuff?
That's up to that is entirely up to you to decide.
Then I do.
Fagneth wants to be a wine connoisseur. She may.
Yes.
It's booze, it counts.
This is an area where Deneen doesn't really know much because fancy Elven wines take money. So she'll just order whatever one of you guys is ordering in that regard. Okay.
So and with Gabriel, one of the things too is where the elves at the gate seemed were clearly being condescending. He doesn't really seem like he's trying to do that. he seems more like he's not sure what you guys know and don't know, so he's kind of like politely threading stuff throughout the conversation.
Good. I like him.
I would imagine that they had something like tempura mushrooms instead. I'm just craving tempura mushrooms when I'm here for some reason.
Well, it turns out it is one of the favorite dishes in Carpathian now.
Yes. Okay.
Amazing.
Mushrooms. You got to try the mushrooms. You know what I'm saying.
So yeah, so you're able to order, a platter of their special tempura mushrooms. You can get tempura mushrooms anywhere in Carpathian, but you'll not get them the way they're served here. Here they have special dipping sauces.
Mm. Ooh. Okay.
And then Kenna probably gets one of the glazed pheasant dishes.
Mm-hmm.
And then Deneen probably just orders with whatever you guys have gotten.
Yep. I'll stick with the I'll have what she's having scenario. Yes.
Agnetha's gonna order this very special sort of plum honeysuckle sake, and introduce you guys to, be like, look, guys, this is worth spending money on. It's not every day that you come to an elven city, okay? So we're gonna get the best. You're gonna like it, and just trust me, it's amazing.
I go ahead and trust Agnetha and go with that drink.
What is it? Honeysuckle?
It's
honeysuckle and plum
honeysuckle sake.
Yeah.
And he actually looks a little impressed when you mention that. And sadly, we don't make that here, but we do have some. We have to import it. And then he says a place, and then Agnetha, it kind of gives you warm fuzzies for an instant, but then you realize you don't actually know that place.
Oh, almost like, yeah, I knew it from my village. It was something we made.
It was your village.
Yeah.
And Kenna knows, because Kenna actually knows because she knows your story.
Oh yeah, Agnetha is from there. That's actually part of why we're here. If you have a moment, we do have a couple of questions regarding the layout of the city and what can be found here. We're looking for possibly a library. There was a magical mishap scene. There's some minor amnesia involved, and we're just trying to figure out how to fix it.
Well, there's several institutions of learning here in Carpathian.
Great. I get my notebook out.
And you said a magical mishap?
Oh yes. It's a bit of a long story, but I mean, I suppose if you're interested.
He responds in the affirmative, but he's also kind of looking around like he's at other tables to wait on, and he catches the sidelong glances at the high elf.
I give him the TLDR. There were hags involved. I don't take a whole bunch of time, but I do give him the basics of the situation.
Oh. Well, for that you might want to try one of the temples.
All right. I'm going to write down both the learning establishments and the temples that he's suggesting, so that we have a list of places to go looking.
Okay, so you end up with a list of 5 different places, and I'm just going to assume you're going to list them in the most likely to the least likely.
Oh yes.
And almost offhandedly, he mentions a academy that's pretty much just dedicated to the art of blade song.
Ooh.
And he's like, sometimes you find weird things there, but I don't think this is quite what you're looking for.
I'm interested in checking that out for other reasons. Thank you.
I thought you would be. I could see that about you. So, with that, finally the manager, high elf, comes kind of up to your table. Good evening, ladies. Are you enjoying everything?
Oh yes.
Absolutely.
This is a very lovely establishment you have here, and your staff is incredibly helpful.
Well, we do boast some of
Best
the
waiter
finest
I've ever
staff.
had.
I just noticed your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Black Knight.
Yes. It's actually Josh's shirt. I stole it.
Take that, Josh. And of course, he only speaks in Elven when he comes to the table. The tongue spell's still going on.
Excellent.
So you can speak perfect Elven to him.
And I understand what he's saying perfectly, which is also amazing for Deneen.
I am Sinatra, and I am the owner of this establishment. And of course, if you need anything, you can feel free to call on me personally, or one of my staff will be more than happy to attend you. Will you be staying with us long?
That depends on how long it takes us to find what we're after. A few days, at least.
Should I ask him about their elven bathhouses by chance?
Is this a tavern? Is this like a tavern? Do they have rooms here?
They do.
So that's what he's saying. He's suggesting that we get a room.
Kenna, we might find inspiration from the elven bathhouses, if you know what I'm saying. You know, bring the culture back to it.
Right. Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead. I'll ask about the room prices and also ask about like bathhouses that might be in the area.
So he quotes the food and drink prices were reasonable, but the room prices seem a little high.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling it's going to be like that everywhere here, though.
Yeah, and you also gather when he was asking how long you're going to be staying, you feel like he was really asking the opposite.
Oh. When are you going to leave?
Yeah, I'm totally just going to smile and be like, you know, we might be here for several weeks if we, you know, can't.
Agatha's going to be like, I told you shouldn't have brought Monty in here.
And since
I didn't bring Monty in here, he's still in the Bardo.
And since Deneen now has tongues cast and she can catch the like subtleties of his inflection and vocabulary choices, she actually catches that too. And she comments to Kenna, the thing is, you know, if we don't make rapid progress, it'll end up taking longer.
That's true. That's true.
But inwardly, her heart is breaking just a little because this real elf doesn't want them around.
Like, the quicker we're able to find what we're looking for, the quicker we'll be able to be on our way. But of course, you know.
We're on a mission. It won't take long. Yeah.
And like he's really good about veiling this stuff, but you know, especially Kenna is super observant with this stuff.
I am so used to people treating me like the thing on the bottom of their shoe. Like, you know, this is par for the course. Halfling problems.
Actually, you didn't run into too much of that in Gryphongaffe so far.
Well, yeah, but Gryphongaffe is different. Like, you remember in the beginning of the campaign when she was like, oh, we're going to be staying in this place, this stationary town, and seemed very disdainful about it. And then she's changed her mind about it, and that's because people don't treat halflings like they're garbage here.
We really should have gone shopping before we came to an elven city and made ourselves look a little more
Oh, no, we'll go shopping in the elven city.
You know.
Shopping?
You know, we should do that. And we should use our comb, if you can, to make yourself look as elven as possible. We should try to blend in while we're here. So if we have a little extra money, we should definitely not be stinky, smelly travelers.
You guys kill me.
Elves don't appreciate that.
Seriously, bathhouses.
Seriously.
We need that for our research, too.
Yep. Yay! Sucking bathhouses! Yay!
You know, so, but you know, you're not there too long before the elven minstrels come out and perform, and you know, they're high elves, and they also have like other kind of entertainers. They seem to take turns.
Yeah, they're fancy, but am I actually impressed?
They're pretty good, but and they also have a jugglers come out and knife throwers, but they happen to be wood elf. So like you even feel like there's a distinction in the entertainment and entertainers, and seeing like most of the patron in this place, it looks like seems to be mostly high elves. And you can definitely you've only been here a few hours and you already see the caste system materializing before you.
Kenna might be able to do some good with her being a bard, right?
Oh, they're not going to want to listen to me.
Well, I bet you have a really beautiful voice, and then they can kind of be like,
but they're not going to want to listen to me.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with how well I play, I promise you.
So how long does tongues last?
You know, I have no idea. That sounds like a bard question to me.
Yep.
My little brother has my player's handbook right now.
Okay,
so
I'll check. I'll check.
Yeah.
I got it right here. Let me see. An hour.
Oh yeah, so it lasts a while.
So it's enough to like get her through the meal and through the drink, and then she ends up like, when it wears off, she's like, I guess that wine was stronger than I thought. I feel like I'm losing it.
I'll tell you the truth after we get back to the Bardo.
No way, dude. You'd be speaking beautiful Elven by the end of that sake stuff. You'd be like, I'm amazing. I feel great. People would be looking at you weird.
So are you guys going to get rooms here?
I brought my Bardo with me. I don't need to pay that much for a room.
They're probably not going to let you camp inside their city.
Yeah, it's an
suppose
experience.
that's true. I could just go outside, though.
Just spend the money. We're here for an experience. We're not going to be here
All
for
right,
very long.
fine.
Enjoy yourself.
But only okay. But I'm gonna definitely haggle with the guy about whether or not I can bring my dog in. Like, I will wash him first. I don't care. But like, I'm not leaving him outside all night.
They bring in a team of elves with prestidigitation to clean him.
I leave them off and do it myself because I have that spell. Thank you.
They're actually fine with the dog.
Okay.
In some ways, you almost feel like they're treating the dog better.
Yeah, that's pretty par for the course too.
Oh.
As long as they're good to Monty, I'm good with this.
I bet this place has some amazing grooming salons for animals. It's like that.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah.
So are we hitting a spa and buying some clothes and elfing it up?
Yep. Oh, yes.
All right, so you guys head out to one of the bathhouses, and there's several in the city.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. Let's treat ourselves.
So they keep, when you ask around, you keep getting referred to the same one.
Okay. You guys want to go shopping first so that by the time we're done with our bathhouses, we can dress up and look spiffy for our evening?
You know what?
Yeah, but if we were all covered with road dust, they're not going to want us to try on clothes.
That's true.
Prestidigitation. You're going to want to be clean before you get in the bath too first, I promise you. We'll give you a bad look if you're actually using it as a bath.
All right, Megan, I want you to give me a ruling on this. Does prestidigitation take off my disguise?
I don't see why it would. It's not a counter spell.
Okay.
It just cleans.
Then I'm good. Just checking. Okay, so I'm just cleaner.
Yeah, I don't think it would anyway.
Okay.
And besides, the magic of your comb really is, it just lets you do anything you would be able to do with like any disguise kit. So it's like almost.
Yep.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun. We can go and get hot. Like, Agatha's tired of always being on the road. I mean, she's still like a barbarian, so she's used to getting dirty, but she likes to be clean too. So she's kind of like, oh my God, thank God, let's do this. Let's go shopping. Let's get something beautiful for the library. And we can totally play this out for a few days or for however long we're here and get some good girl time in. It'll be fun.
Like, you honestly probably get the impression that Kenna is on some level sadistically enjoying the way that they keep looking at her like she's something from the bottom of their shoe, because they have to deal with her anyway because she has money.
There you go. See?
Whatever works.
So the bathhouse that you guys keep getting referred to is the Silken Vines.
Ooh.
So when you end up there, the thing that stands out immediately is it's staffed by wood elves, and all the patronage, except for maybe a couple people that aren't elven at all, are all wood elves.
Oh my gosh. So I had this idea of how the bathhouses might be in an elven city like that. Like, I would imagine the baths to look like the inside of a shell, like, like that pretty pearl.
Oh, like mother of pearl? That's really expensive, but it'd be really beautiful.
Like the rainbow color inside of a shell? Like something like
mother of pearl. They use it for like a saxophone and stuff.
Yeah, something like that. It would be so pretty. Like, maybe we could
It's real expensive.
That's true, but we do know a lot of people in the area, at least, and Harak knows a lot of people, so we're in with a few people. And
so this place looks kind of like it was more of grown than built.
Oh,
but of course, It's the elven way, don't you know?
And there's this magical, soft, like emerald ambience of light that kind of fills the place. And there's a young elven maiden, behind the desk in the lobby, who looks up at you when you enter and greets you each in kind. My name is Fawn. What can I do for you ladies today? And then she starts going over a litany of different treatments that you can get.
Yeah, the works.
The works.
Deneen just has a kind of blank look because this elven is too fast for her again, and she just repeats after them, the works.
Nice. So you guys are going to probably be in here for, a good 3-4 hours, and you're getting hot stones and massages and
studying their techniques while we're doing it.
Right. That's what we're really doing.
This is research. It counts as work. We're in the trade.
So when Deneen finally gets properly clean, she's back to her, actual sort of coppery hair color with the greenish brown to her skin. But she'll fix that back before we leave.
Okay.
So do the elves do sort of like I don't know if you guys have read Warhammer, but the Tau, they sort of like sing things into being, like they kind of mold things with nature, and like I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but I would imagine
that's exactly what some of the buildings in here are like, and this one is even more so.
Cool.
It's not as maybe as elegant and as elaborate as some of the other ones, but it just has this really nice natural beauty to it, and it really blends with the landscape.
Almost like it would look like white cobbin, like shell. That's so pretty.
It sounds beautiful, but my only mental image right now is Kenna getting like the hot stone treatments and the massage and everything while frantically taking notes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like, she's trying to be at least a little bit subtle about it so they don't think she's spying on them or anything. But she does take her notes in encrypted, like, so it probably just looks like she's writing poetry or whatever. But yeah, like just casually writing things down while they're doing
Bard
that.
can't. She's writing in Bard can't.
Yeah, it looks like she's composing music, but it's actually like a note to herself, a different kind of note entirely.
Like, I've been taking some of what I've learned from Deneen and then like the linguist feat that I got several levels ago and like working it into my ciphers.
That's awesome.
So it's Bards can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is why you need an unseen servant, so you can enjoy the spa treatment while having your unseen servant take the notes.
That's a really good point. And something to be considered.
Agnetha's just shamelessly like taking it all in, totally hedonistic. Like, yep, I deserve this in every way.
So after 4 hours of this or so, you guys come out completely refreshed and like Jello.
So, but Deneen has redisguised herself, but she's at least self-aware enough that instead of just making her hair all braids, she's actually like imitating a hairstyle that she saw. So it's like an actual official elven hairstyle.
You like a super hot elven sexy like braid of some kind. I know how to braid hair. I mean,
so also you guys find all your clothes have been laundered when you come out.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Ooh, it smells like lavender.
After we get outside, I will tell Deneen what I did and offer to do it again while we're here, just because it wouldn't be fair not to tell her at all, but I just wanted her to be able to keep up while we were in the bar.
I thought I was...
I know, I'm so sorry. You were stumbling so badly, and I couldn't help it.
Was it really that bad?
Oh. Okay, you know how when I ask you if my cant is really that bad, and you try to make me feel better about it, but you really don't mean it.
Well, I don't want to embarrass you, so yeah, go ahead and cast it again. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, no, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding, Kenna. It's cool. It's cool. Thank you for doing that. I'm kind of getting a little more used to it, and I'm seeing some interesting dynamics in this city. So I get it. We need every advantage we can get.
They're mean.
I'm just giving you.
But this is for like right before we go into the next place that we're going for research purposes, so that you know.
Okay, then let's go get the clothes, and then we'll go to the library, and then give it to me then.
Yeah. Okay.
So even though Deneen is playing it off like she's just teasing Kenna, she still does look just a little bit crestfallen, just a little.
Oh, I feel so bad about that, but it was so necessary.
So on your way out, Fawn kind of asks if there's anything you guys need from her, if you know where you need to go in the city, if you need help with anything.
Might be some killer elven vape lounges around. I'll compose myself on here though. Probably not probably different quality than Midge's stuff, but you know. I imagine the vape lounge to be like crystals and like cool colors, like changing colors, and everyone's just like doing the elven thing. It'd be so rad.
It's probably like more like an oxygen bar.
Yeah, it's like super
generated,
beautiful.
Yeah, generated by plants. You know.
Yep. It'd be like a nature zone. Oh, that's funny.
So
Deneen, of course, is not catching this offer to give us directions.
Yes, actually, the quickest route to the and I'm going to like point out one of like the highest thing on the list of places that we need to look at.
So, are you guys like doing the shopping thing?
Yeah.
Or are you going?
I mean, if you guys want to do that first,
I'm
down.
Agnes needs to look a little bit less barbaric. You know what I'm saying? She needs to have like.
All right. Yeah, we'll do the shopping first so that we look better for the people in the temple, and they'll be more likely to tell us things.
There we go.
So okay, so you get sent to the market square, and if you're shopping around for clothes, like to find like nice commoner clothes, because
you got to get like the most impractical, flowy, stereotypically elven stuff that Deneen will regret buying later. That's what she's
by the way, remind me to ask you about how much this is running us after we're done, like, because I don't want to know right now. It'll make me hesitate, but like, I need the number for the books.
We'll be all right. Can sell some things when we get back if it's a problem. We'll be all right.
Like a kidney or something.
We could just hooker you on the corner sometime, use your bard skills for, whatever we need.
Yeah. Deneen is definitely overbuying with something that's like, silky and impractical.
Yes. Agnes is going to go for something really pretty and white, since she's always in something that's like, glaive, something that I can carry my glaive with. I want to get
gold
something.
Pieces is the price.
Pretty. Yeah. Okay. 20
Each?
gold pieces.
Yes.
Oh,
right,
it's
I'm
nothing.
taking it off mine for sure.
Yeah, that is
Act casual.
like intensely over the top for not for what we're doing though. I mean, we were doing intensely over the top things right now.
That's so funny.
Is Kenna buying clothes as well?
Yes, Ken is buying clothes as well.
Agnetha's going to let Kenna shop, and then Agnetha's going to be doing the money parts. Be like, just don't even tell this halfling the prices.
There is no way any of these places are going to have anything that fits me off the rack. I'm absolutely going to have to get something made, and I am aware of that, and I know it's going to be more expensive, but we're doing it.
Children exist. Children exist.
The children's section. Oh.
The husky elf children's section.
There you go. The ones that really like rice balls.
And then the other thing Deneen is actually going to keep an eye out for is a nice, legit elven bow.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking of a nice sheath for my glaive so I don't look like such a savage walking through town.
I don't think a glaive is exactly something you sheathe.
I don't know how that would work either.
I think the best you could do like some kind of strap to sling it over your shoulder. So, and oddly enough, though, Ken, even though you're using like half as much material, they still charge the same price.
Yeah, of course they are, but that's fine.
So, is Ken also buying something as extravagant as the other two?
Probably not. Probably not quite up there, because You know, I mean, they're going to look down at me anyway. There's really no reason for me to need to spend the extra money because, like, I'm already at a disadvantage and they can just go ahead and judge. I shop at home. There's good shit there.
Can we quote you on that and make that a slogan?
Yes. Yes.
So, okay, so you guys do all that, and then you head over to one of the, one of the places on your list.
And Deneen is swishing along in her swishy outfit.
Would one of you like to?
Generally enjoying herself.
Can Agatha still go barefoot in the city, Dave?
It wasn't on the list of things you couldn't do.
Yeah, okay. So with the swishy skirts, I also want to be barefoot. Yay!
Do you one of you want to provide the name for the higher institution of learning? Don't have to.
Gold Feather Academy.
Okay, so you head over to the Gold Feather Academy.
Yes, good.
The Mists of Avalon Academy. No, something stupid. I don't know. Don't even ask me for names.
All right,
so you get it's open to the public, and it basically opens up into this vast hall with columns, and all along the columns, kind of in gold filigree. How do you say that?
Filigree.
Filigree. That's the word I'm looking for. Are feathers, carved and filled with gold.
I dig this.
And there's numerous doors going and going off of the hall in these huge arched doorways. And you see different people bustling back and forth, going from one side to the other. Where you are, there is, even though it's open air and it's all stained glass like ceilings, there's a second floor. It kind of looks just like the first one, but it kind of looks down on the open, on the main floor that you guys are on. So the building is like, the ceiling in this room is like 30 feet tall. It's just huge, airy. And then you can see that off of this main portion of the structure, that it's 2 stories in every direction.
Wow. Beautiful. Oh my God, I can't imagine how beautiful it would be in an elven city. Oh.
It's the tiles are all white marble.
Deneen is definitely starting to get all starry-eyed again.
It
didn't go away for long. With the little class warfare thing, it dampened very slightly, but no, she's back to, amazing.
Gonna try to find a receptionist or something.
Okay, so the few people you do see bustling about are actually dressed. They're high elves, and they're actually dressed rather plainly. They're just wearing like white robes.
Students. I'm gonna flag one down.
And, first, it gives you kind of a bit of a puzzled look, and then, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? What do you need help with? I don't think you're students here.
No, we're adventurers. We are looking for someone either in the history department or possibly arcane theory.
Which discipline?
Okay, you know what? Let me just tell you the situation that we've got here, and then you can tell me where we need to go. Good?
Sure.
Okay, so there were these hags, and they messed with us, and they kind of screwed up our memories, and then... All right, and then we used Legend Lore to try and find out more about them, and then I'm going to explain what we saw when we did that, like the elven women, and then like the situation around them, and that's what we got, and we're trying to figure out how that happened and what we can do about it for them, maybe to persuade them to give them back or possibly fix what went wrong, or like, I mean, really the practicality of it doesn't matter at this point. We're just trying to gather more information. That's the phase we're in.
So that
and you have their names.
We do have their names.
That takes about 3 to 4 times longer than it should have because he keeps interrupting you with questions about adventuring.
I am more than happy to answer those questions. I'm a very patient halfling.
And he gives you this really long elven name. It's like 15 syllables long, but he's like, you just call me Vance.
Vance. That is a lovely name. So I take it you're interested in adventuring.
Yes, it seems so romantic and lovely. I would love to get out from the city and go adventuring, but my father would have a fit.
It can be dangerous.
I mean, it can be dangerous, but if you got that wanderlust, sometimes the only thing you can do is scratch that itch, man.
What is the most dangerous thing you've come across?
We just encountered an evil baby.
That was definitely not the most dangerous thing we've come across, though.
Babies don't seem that dangerous.
We met a beholder once.
Yeah.
We did meet a beholder, but he wasn't really a danger to us so much. He was nice.
That was creepy. The beholder was creepy. And
because we were nice to him.
Yeah.
You had
sometimes can come from anywhere.
You're saying you're friends with an actual beholder?
Yes.
We were friendly with him.
My friends are crazy. Let's go. Guys.
He's trapped at the moment. We're actually trying to find a scion to help us let him out. There wouldn't happen to be a scion here.
There are those that dabble in the mental arts.
Oh, I would love to speak
mystics,
to one of
I believe they're called.
Finley could definitely use the help.
Anything to do with witchcraft or spells or curses that you have,
Well, earlier they also thought that it might help to go to the temple regarding what's going on, but we're hoping to get information too. So
all the information, as much as we can. We're going to be talking to many people. Oh, well, speaking of which, do you know anything about like a large thing on the road, maybe on the way into town, that could possibly like slam an entire caravan
with claws,
up
big
against
claws,
a tree and break it?
He looks a little frightened and excited at the same time. I don't get out of the city much.
You know, this is a really close by incident, and if we can find out more about it and decide to go back and take care of it, we'll swing by and pick you up, and maybe you can give it a try.
Oh, that would be wonderful. But my father doesn't have to know, does he?
No, we're not going to tell anybody. Who would we tell? We don't know the man.
And then Deneen thinks to ask, just for reference, are you an adult? Because you can't always tell with elves. They've got this thing, they look like grown-ups, but then they're officially not. So if he's a kid, that matters.
So he looks a little indignant at first, and then he gives his age, which would put him at like, the 19 to 20.
So he's like
20 mark.
He's like 85 through 90. So he's pretty close.
Yeah, he's like a 6-year-old being. He's like, oh my god.
Well, did you take your adult name yet? Because I hear that's a thing.
It's coming up. We're almost there, practically there.
He's older than me.
How old are you?
Seriously?
This has only just occurred to Deneen, and she's just like, well, you're a halfling. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm
22.
Oh, well, but that's not crazy.
Yes, I'm an adult.
Okay, you had me scared for a minute there.
Deneen, how old are you?
20-ish. That's somewhere in the twos, early twos.
Jeez, I thought I made Agnes something older, since she's like a half elf. I thought I made her 80 or something, but she's still really young and youthful. Maybe she's not that old.
Maybe have weird lifespans, man.
Yeah, maybe she'll be more like 30 or 40.
I kind of lost track, and I don't really know how old I was to start with, so I'm just guessing.
Oh, that's funny.
Besides, you don't so much measure age in years as you measure it in experiences.
That was so middle.
Well, I would like to get some of those.
This guy's real young then.
Yeah. He's a librarian.
He seems kind of sheltered.
He's like, I read books.
Do you know anything about weapons?
Well, sure, I'm an elf, of course. We train with the bow and the sword.
What's your major?
Have you ever shot anything that's alive?
Oh, I've been hunting before.
Okay. Have you ever shot anything that's trying to murder you before?
I know a little bit of the craft. Yes. Honestly, actually, there's a time I went hunting with Father, and the boar charged us. It was terrifying and exciting.
Like, Kenna's logic here is that he's going to get out there and come face to face with a real monster and then never want to do it again.
So we're going to break him is the plan.
Yes, that is exactly what the plan is. Or he might decide he still likes it and decide to become an adventurer, in which case we still did something good. So, you got to see if it's for you, man.
My cat's hitting me with his tail.
So about our research problem, the quicker we get that resolved, the quicker we can get out of town and adventure.
True.
Oh, yes. So curses, you said you had names? Maybe, you know what? Maybe we can check through the histories. Do you know what age this happened during?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, that will make it a little tougher.
We do have their names, though. If we could find anything about these people, then maybe it would help us figure it out.
Ah, yes. So, he leads you, he says, come with me. And he actually just leaves his stuff there.
I like this kid.
Almost like he forgot about it. But, he leads you to one of the side rooms. And, you see him like kind of muttering to himself and thinking aloud. I think we'll try in here. And he takes you to a section of one of the libraries that seems to be little used. It's still clean, but it doesn't look like there's much going on here. There's no lighting like everywhere else. It's nice and bright and well lit, but here it's a little bit on the dark side. And he goes to the wall and takes the lantern off and lights it so that you all can see much better. And I think we're going to end it right there for this evening.
Ooh.
In the forbidden part of the library. So with that, thanks everyone who hung out and watched the game with us. And thank you, ladies, for playing in the game tonight. And until next time, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.